Just sitting here by the fire, having that cup of coffee, keeping it warm. Had a little bit of dinner, that's important. Get a bunch of calories in before you go to bed at night when it's cold out. Helps you stay warm. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about why we shouldn't call prospecting a hobby. Gold prospecting is not a hobby. And a couple of reasons for that. To me, the first reason, to me, it's not a hobby. I'm not a recreational prospector. Even though I don't do it all the time, it's not a recreation or a hobby. It's a passion from within. It's like we all call it gold fever. You know, that's the only way we have to explain it. It's something that we have to do. It's a passion from within, something that we must do. Like I always think about gold. It's always constantly on my mind. No matter what I'm doing, I'm thinking about gold. I think about it before I go to bed. It's not a hobby. It's a feeling from within. It's a passion. And the second reason that I can think of, and there's probably more, but the second reason is once we start labeling things hobbies or we're just doing it recreationally, that's when, restrictions are put in place and things are taken away from us, which we've all witnessed or we know somebody that's witnessed that and dealt with it. You know, once you start calling things hobbies and the government's like, well, it's not necessary, so let's restrict it. And for example, let's take hunting for example. Antler restrictions. A lot of the states are trying to push antler restrictions, and a lot of them have already, stating you can't shoot a spike horn. You can only shoot a deer, a buck that has 3 points on one side at least, which is nonsense. Nobody I know ever eats antler soup. It's not about the horns. It's not about the antlers. It's about sustenance. It's about feeding yourself. It's a way of life. And like I said, with the restrictions, they're trying to restrict us on things. So be careful with what you call gold prospecting and other things that we take to heart. The things that we take to heart and enjoy doing, we got to be careful what we call them. Gold prospecting to me is not a hobby. I don't do it recreationally. It is a passion.